Last class we had started with lab record number 7, which says you will have to use date and time, and we take the date and time from the user and you click on set alarm. An alarm has been set in my phone, not through my app, in my phone using the alarm manager. Okay, this is what we did in last class. And using the alarm manager, I have set an alarm to a particular time, and when that particular time reaches, I have asked the system to get me this broadcast receiver, which is named as alarm receiver, okay, as a pending intent. And as soon as that particular time reaches, this code was triggered. This is the last thing which we saw yesterday's class. Okay, so alarm is ringing now. That's the only thing which we saw in the logcat. Now we are going to make a little bit more extra features to that alarm receiving, but then the initial part is very important to understand that I've only kept two controls here. Okay, and instead of this, if you see that the clock app in your phone will actually show a clock itself. Okay, you can use that kind of widget if you want. Okay, you have a calendar view. I think you can see this. If I put a calendar view, it just shows an entire calendar to you. Okay, you can choose a date, you can choose a time, like that. You can keep doing a lot of widgets. It's available, but I would prefer to keep it as simple as a text box, and when you tap on it, you get the dialog. And yesterday's class, I did not do the focus and touch or the click thing. Okay, so I'm going to choose these two controls, and I'm going to go through a control which says, or a particular thing which says focusable on touch mode. Okay, so I'm going to see that focusable in touch mode, it's true already. I'm going to just make it as false. Okay, so it is not focusable. Focus will not be the first event which will happen here. So next time when you just tap on this text boxes, you should be able to get the date picker and the time picker. That's all. Okay, so this is what we had done yesterday. Now let us go to the alarm receiver. I hope you have understood the code. Let me just quickly go through that, what we have done. Okay, let me show the code. You have seen the design. There are two text boxes, and when you click on the date text box, I want date picker dialog. Time text box, I want time picker dialog. When you click on this particular button, I want you to set an alarm. This is all I said. So let me go to the click part of the code. You see that that's very simple. If you clicked on the date, show the date picker dialog. If you clicked on the time picker dialog, show that. And then if you clicked on the button, set alarm method is called. So I've created method so that this method looks very small. So let's go to each and everything. Date picker dialog. Okay, so we have created a date picker dialog passing 5 parameters: context, listener, and the year, the month, and the day, which should be already chosen in the calendar. Okay, so we did that. And when you click on OK of that particular calendar, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to create, I'm trying to set the value of the calendar instance. I have created two calendar instances, one to hold the current date and time, one to hold the alarm's date and time. Okay, that's why we did this. So when you click on OK, you are setting the alarm time, isn't it? So I'm going to say this instance, set the calendar year to whatever year you have chosen, and the calendar month to whatever month you have chosen. Okay, and the day of month to the day of month which you have chosen. All right, and with that, I have set the alarm. I've just set the alarm calendar instance, and then in the text box, I'm only formatting the date and displaying it to the user in DDMMYYY format. This is date picker dialog, and when you click on the text box, I'm only showing this dialog. Second thing is time picker dialog. Again, context, the listener, and the hour of day and the minute. Even though I see 12-hour view, system only follows 24-hour view. Okay, so this starts with 0 to 23. This will start with 0 to 59. Okay, I hope you follow this, right? So this is the two things which I'm supposed to pass. So what will be chosen when you open the time picker dialog? Current time, whichever time is right now, will be chosen here. And do you want to see a 24-hour view or 12-hour view? Okay, if I say false, look at the question and you understand what is false. Is it 24-hour view? False, which means no, it's not 24-hour view, which is obviously 12-hour view. Okay, this is the time picker dialog. And when you click on the time picker dialog, what do? I set the alarm time to that particular hour which you have chosen and the particular minute which you have chosen. Okay, please note there is no AM PM in the time picker dialog. What you see is a 12-hour view, but what the system understands is a 24-hour view only. That's why there is no AM PM passed. It just says hour of day. Okay, there are 24 hours in a day, so it starts with 0 to 23, and minute, obviously it's same in every hour. So you just need to pass the hour of day and the minute, and the system understands what time it is. Okay, so I will be seeing a 12-hour view, but I'll be setting a 24-hour view. Okay, and I'll be showing that display in a 12-hour view format to you. Okay, this is what we did in the time picker dialog. And when you click on set alarm, what did I do? I created a simple intent. Okay, from here to the broadcast receiver. Now, the second question will be, why did I create a broadcast receiver? Why didn't I create an activity? Okay, please remember that it is not good to keep an activity, because activity means it needs to keep running in the background. But if I keep a broadcast receiver, okay, as soon as this particular broadcast comes, it will receive that signal and will start executing this block of code. Okay, that is why broadcast receivers are good, and they are good for that particular purpose. So I'm creating a broadcast receiver class. And why did I created an intent and then create one more pending intent? Because this intent is not going to be immediately executed. Now, for example, if I set the alarm, right now it's 10:17 a.m. Okay, I'm setting the alarm to 11 o'clock in the morning today. Okay, in that case, I don't want the intent to immediately execute. As soon as I click on the set alarm, I don't want the alarm to start ringing. Then there's no point in that alarm, right? So what we need to do, we need to keep it to a future use. So we need a pending intent. Okay, and in the pending intent, I'm telling get a activity is the first thing I told you, but in this class, I'm using a broadcast because the intent actually targets a broadcast. And what are the parameters I pass? Number one is the context. Number two is the request code. Number three is the intent itself. Number four is what if already there is an alarm set? Okay, what if already something is set? Like for example, 11 o'clock I've set, and then before it reaches that clock, I changed it to 11:15. What should happen? Update that only. Don't wait for that 11 to get executed. Remove that 11 and put 11:15. That is why I said flag update current. Whatever is currently passed through this intent, convert it into this particular intent. That's all. Okay, next. Intent is ready, pending intent is ready. Then I call the alarm manager, which is a system service. So I said get system service, alarm service, and I had to typecast it. Then I said using that alarm manager, set the alarm. I need to pass a few parameters. Number one, what type of an alarm is it? It is a real time or coordinated time wake up. Okay, which means which will wake up the device. You can see the description there. Alarm time in milliseconds. Okay, wall clock time in UTC, and which will wake up the device when it goes off. Okay, so even if you have locked the screen, my alarm should be able to wake the phone up. Okay, that's why the first type I've given like that. Second thing is how long should I wait in the future? So I've said cal alarm dot get time in millis. From where did this cal alarm come from? Okay, please notice that cal alarm is the calendar instance of alarm which we had created, and we are setting it every time the user clicks on an OK button. The OK button of date, I'm setting that cal alarm. Date and time also, I've done the same thing. Cal alarm dot set. So when I call it here, I tested it already. I showed you yesterday. I'm getting whatever you have chosen in that date and time picker dialogues. Okay. And I'm saying which intent to be called. It should always be a pending intent. So I pass the pending intent object. That's all. This is the only work from the first activity. Okay. Now what's the next step? The next step is, let's say that I've kept an alarm at 10:25. Okay, so right now it's 10:20 and I've kept it as 10:25. So I'm setting the alarm in the phone. Please note, I've set the alarm using the system service, not my service. Okay, so what happens here is a system has already received this particular, the alarm manager of my phone has already received this alarm idea. Okay, so I've already got a time and I've got the alarm in my phone, and the phone alarm manager has kept a record of this. Okay, one thing. Now, what happens if I exit my app? Okay, when I press the back button and I come out of the app and then I clear it out of memory and I wait. Okay, and please note it's an alarm, which means it need not run, and it's a system service. It need not run in the foreground. Activity needs to run in the foreground, but a service need not. Especially a system service will not be running in the foreground. So you'll not be seeing anything in the phone. It will be normal. You clear everything, you restart your phone, do whatever you want. Okay, but when it reaches 10:25, what should happen? Okay, as soon as it reaches 10:25, your alarm manager will wake your phone up. Okay, and will just send a broadcast signal saying that an alarm time has reached. Once it reaches that particular signal, it should call the pending intent. Okay, what is there in the pending intent? Get a broadcast receiver with this intent. Okay, well, let me go to that intent. What will be the file which will be called alarm receiver.class? Okay, so let's go to alarm receiver class, and as soon as you call alarm receiver to get the broadcast, on receive method will be called, because that's the by default method and only method available in that. So on receive will call, and as soon as on receive is called, this block of code will get executed. Okay, this method is called when the broadcast receiver is receiving. So when will I receive this? I will receive it as soon as that alarm time has reached. Okay, so once the alarm time has reached, right now I've only put a log, but I am going to add a little bit more things. Okay, so first I'm going to put a toast. Let me start with a simple toast. Okay, I'm going to do one by one, guys. I'm going to put a comment so that you know what I'm doing here. First, I'm going to put a toast. It's very simple, isn't it? So I'll just put a toast saying, okay, your alarm time is up. And I'll change this length from short to long. That's all. So first I've put a toast, which means as soon as this alarm time is up, you'll be able to see one toast in front of you. Okay, I hope this is clear. One thing. Okay, and yesterday we saw only a log, and since this code is already written by us, we'll just continue there. First, I'm going to put a toast. Okay, second, second, what I'm going to do. Okay, I want to show a notification, but anyway, if you want, you can show a notification, but I think notification code I've already written. Only one code I have not written is vibration. So let me write the vibration code. Okay, it's very simple, guys. I've already shown the code in your PPT, if you remember, but here I'm going to just start. Okay, please remember, in order to vibrate the phone for a particular time, okay, time interval, don't use the bigger time, guys, because your phone's battery will go down. Okay, so let's use, let's say 2 seconds, 2000 milliseconds. Okay, so just to see that you have made the vibration. Because if it is like 500 milliseconds, just one small vibration if you get, then it is system based. I'll show you how to create it from the system notification. But this one, I am purposely doing it separately because we'll also understand how to vibrate a phone on our call. Okay. First thing I wanted to remember is vibration is a system service. Again, okay, it's a system service. So let me just create an object called vibrator. Okay, the object, the class which is which actually does this is vibrator. So let me just name it as vibrator with small letter v, and I'll just say is equal to get system service. Okay, now be very careful, guys. I started typing get system service. Okay, I didn't get any suggestion. There is an error. I go to main activity, and here somewhere anywhere in the code, if you just write start writing get system service, I get the suggestion. But here when I'm typing get system service, I'm not getting suggestion. I hope you can see that. Okay, I'm not getting that suggestion at all. Get system service. I'm not getting it. Why am I not getting it? Okay, always remember it is based on the context. Okay, it is all based on the context. Here, what is the context? Context is nothing but this. This class is the context. Very simple. Okay, this class has a user interface. It has a method which goes through a particular life cycle. All those things are there. What about my broadcast receiver? Okay, so I don't have a context here because you cannot point to the alarm receiver directly. But if you see on receive method passes or gives you an object of context. Okay, normally you know who calls the activity. Activity is called by me. The user calls the activity. It's very simple. So the context is very clear. Who called it, where they have called it. But broadcast receiver is not like that. Broadcast receiver is not called by me. I've set that alarm, and when alarm comes, the system gives a broadcast, and the broadcast automatically pulls up in any place in time. So what happens here is I need to get the context. So let me just remove this and put context. Please note, where did I get this context? From this one. So whatever parameter is passed to me will be context. So I just took that context. Now let me say get system service. Am I getting it? Yes, I am. Okay, I did not have to do this in here. If you see here in the alarm manager when I'm creating, I just wrote the word get system service. I didn't type any this dot or get dot. I didn't do anything like that. Okay, but I got it because I know the context very clearly. It is this case. But in this particular program, I'm not sure of the context. The context is passed to me. So I'm calling that context and saying get system service. What service do you want? Vibrator service. So you just start typing, it will automatically fill it for you. Okay. So I want a vibrator service to be pulled here. So let me just cast it. So now my vibrator, the class for the system service which will do the vibration for me is ready. Now please note, vibration is actually done by a small motor in our phones. Okay. It's a hardware. And how do I access that hardware? Using an API, a hardware abstraction layer. Okay, and this vibrator is nothing but that layer which is on top of the operating system, which helps us by just a few lines of code to make an entire hardware work. according to however we want it. Okay, first thing. Second thing what I want to tell you is I'm going to show you the recent way of vibrating a phone, and also we need to make sure that the phone supports older way of vibrating a phone. So I'm just going to write a simple way which is not supported in the older phones, and system will tell me what is the problem. I'm going to call that vibrator object and say vibrate. Okay, I am just going to call that method called vibrate, and you see a lot of parameters are there. I hope you are able to see first four are striked out. Okay, I hope it is clear. Why it is striked out? It's not like that you cannot use it. You can use it, but all the new phones, the newer phones, we expect you to use a different type of options which are passed here. Okay, so how do I do this? And please note, I'm only expecting a vibration effect object. That's the only correct one, vibration effect object. What about the remaining ones? How long and all those things? Nothing is now considered because they are all deprecated. Okay, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this one. How do I create a vibration effect? Okay, it's very simple. Just call a class called vibration effect. Okay, please note, I'm going to call vibration effect dot create one shot. Okay, and you're supposed to pass two parameters. One, how long in milliseconds. Tell me how long you want to vibrate. Okay, I'm going to just put 2000. What does it mean? 2 seconds. Okay, just vibrate for 2 seconds, and also tell me in what amplitude. Okay, with what force should I vibrate? Okay, so that also we are giving. I will just call the vibration effect. You can see what are the effect. Okay, you can say that default amplitude is the normal one, guys, and then click kind of a vibration, double click kind of a vibration, like 2 times vibration, and a heavy click. Okay, and a tick. There are small amplitude. You can see that vibration effect dot. Okay, I'm going to just choose default amplitude. Okay, just the default way of vibration, do that. Don't do heavy, don't do too light. Okay, now there is an error. What is that error? Okay, because this code started only after a particular line of a particular version of Android. Let's see that. Okay, you see the first error which it is telling me is missing permissions required by vibrator. Okay, what do you mean by permissions here? Okay, and please note, I'm just going to click on let's run the program. Okay, not run. I'm going to just wait till. Okay, it says add permission to vibrate. Let me just click on add permission vibrate. Okay, where did that permission get added? Let me just go and check. Okay, let me open the manifest. All right, I hope you can see that this was automatically added now. When I clicked on the code which was generated there, I said ask for permission. So it just asked for permission. Now, if you might ask, should I ask in the code whether if it is greater than marshmallow, all those things? No. Okay, this is just a permission which is needed by the phone. It is not going to take any data, isn't it? So it's not like a security feature. Okay, so and you cannot keep vibrating the phone. Okay, that's also prohibited by Android OS. It will take care of it. But I just need to ask permission from the system to use the vibration of the phone. Okay, which means that particular hardware abstraction layer. I'm supposed to just ask permission, one line. This is enough to get the permission. Okay, let me come back here and say there is again an error. What is this error? Okay, let's just read the code. Call requires API level 26 and above. Okay, this kind of code only works in API level 26 and above. So how do I write the code so that everybody works or every other code works? Just surrounded with an if condition. Okay, let me just put an if condition. Look at the if condition. I think it's pretty explanatory. Okay, you can see that if the SDK int is greater than or equal to O, what do you mean by that? Oreo. Okay, if it is Oreo and above, then use this block of code. So what about if it is other phones which is lesser than Oreo? What am I supposed to do? Use the older version. Vibrate, just pass how long you want it. That's it. This is the older way, guys. Simple line of code. Earlier, we used to write only this much. This is enough to vibrate your phone, how long you want to vibrate the phone, etc. But now they have changed the code. So this is the code which is there with Oreo and above. Older phones will just vibrate with this particular code. So I hope this if else condition is clear. Right, that's all. That's all for vibration. Okay. Now, I think yesterday when I showed that, not yesterday, day before yesterday when we did that notification in the class, when I showed a notification, there was a sound coming along with it. That's the default notification sound of your phone. Okay, now let's assume that I don't like the notification tone. Okay, an alarm cannot be ringing as just like an SMS and going off. Okay, say SMS is different from an alarm, isn't it? When I run a particular alarm right now, this program is supposed to set an alarm, but if you just show a notification, it will only show that notification tone. Probably it will be like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and it will go off. But that is not an alarm. That it will not wake you up. So how do I make it an alarm? I need to set ringtone. Okay, so I'm gonna just change it. Now the next part I'm gonna keep is ringtone. Okay, I hope you know toast. We have done vibration. Okay, next part is to show or to display or play a ringtone. Okay, what type of ringtone? Please note there are three types in your phone automatically, 3 or 4 types. Number one, notification type. Number two, ringtone, caller tone. Okay, when somebody calls, what tone you get. Number three is alarm. Okay, these are the three important types of tones which are there in your phone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I don't, by default, when you put a notification, you get notification sound. I don't want notification sound. Rather, I want a ringtone or an alarm tone. Okay, so where will I find them? Where in the phone should I find an alarm or a ringtone of a phone or the notification tone of your phone? It's very difficult because most of us wouldn't have used the inbuilt tone. Most of us would have set up our own notification tone, our own ringtone. Okay, so it doesn't matter whatever you have set as ringtone of your phone, I want that to ring. Whatever you have set as the alarm tone of your phone, I want that to ring. If you want to do like that, you need to call an object of URI. Okay, why URI? Because it's located at a particular location. I just need to pull that location, and the location is identified by a uniform resource identifier. Okay, so I'm going to just name it as ringtone URI is equal to. Okay, again for this I'm just going to use the ringtone manager. Please note ringtone manager. There is a manager for that also. All right, I'll just say dot get default URI. Okay, that's the method which I'm going to use. Get default URI of what? What type of ringtone would you like to have? Okay, again, just call the ringtone manager and you see what are the types available. Alarm type is there, all types, notification, ringtone, like that 4 types are there. I am just going to call alarm if you want. Okay, alarm will be the alarm tone of your phone. Whatever you have set as the alarm tone of your phone, I want that to ring. If you don't like this, you can also use ringtone of your phone. Whatever caller tune, like somebody calling, as soon as the particular alarm time reaches, it will be like somebody is calling you so that you will get up. Okay, or you can choose the alarm tone. I'm going to just choose the type called alarm. That's it. I've called the URI. Okay, and now how do I play this? Right now I've just found the location. I can't play this automatically, no, because it is just I found where that ringtone is located. Alarm tone is located. I only found that place. How do I make it play? Call a media player. Okay, because it's just a ringtone, isn't it? I just want to play it. So I'm going to say media player. I'll just put it as MP is equal to media player dot create. Okay, and you need to pass 2 parameters there. You can see that. Number one, context. Number two, where is the file which I want you to play? Okay, context is anyway passed to you. You can see that here. Context is anyway passed to you. Just call that context object. Simple. Okay, in other place, what will I write? I'll write this. But inside a broadcast receiver, we use the word context. Second one, URI. Do I have the URI? Yes, I have a ringtone URI. Done. Is that enough? No, you have only created a media player. You have not played it. So I'll just say mp.start. Okay, that's it. So now the ringtone will start. The alarm tone will start playing. Okay, so first a toast you will see, then the phone will vibrate. Okay, and then you'll also hear a ringtone. Now, this much I have done. But have I shown the notification to you yet? No, that I have not shown yet. So the next part I'm going to do is the notification. Okay, so let me just write a comment. I'll just say notification. Now, guys, even though I wrote this one by one, all will happen simultaneously. It will be fast. I am writing it so that you know the difference between these things. Okay, as soon as an alarm comes, my phone will vibrate. Okay, for 2 seconds, and I will be getting a ringtone. I'll be seeing a toast. Okay, if my phone is away from me, I'll not be seeing anything. I'll not be feeling anything, but I'll surely hear the ringtone. Okay, that's what we are doing. But anyway, even if you have missed it, I want to keep a notification in my system so that the user sees that an alarm has rung in my phone. Okay, so how do I do that? Let's create a notification. Now, as I've discussed already in the previous classes about notification, I am going to create a channel. Okay, why do I need a channel? Because older phones, the new phones which are available in the market, okay, are when it is compulsory to use a notification channel. Okay, so let me first start with the simple thing, notification manager. That's the first thing I need to do anyway. So I'm going to call notification manager is equal to, I can't type get system service. So as I did the vibration manager, I'm going to say context dot get system service. Which service do you want? Notification service. Okay, there is an error because you have to typecast it. Let me typecast it. So notification manager is ready. Okay, I hope the code is visible. All right, so let me just go down. Notification manager is ready. Is that enough? No, you need a little bit more. You need to make sure that the notification channel is also ready. Okay, so let's create a notification channel. So I'm going to create an object of notification channel. Okay, so let me just call it as channel is equal to, okay, new notification channel. I need to pass a few parameters. Number one, channel ID. Okay, I'm going to just keep it as let's say my channel. Okay, whatever name. This is not going to be shown to the user, guys. Be very clear. This is the channel or the ID which will be used by me in my code. Okay, it's not going to be shown to the user, but the next part what I'm typing will be shown to the user. So be very careful of what you're putting here. I'm going to put alarms and ringtones. Oh, sorry, reminders. I'll just show this as the name of the channel. Next one is the importance of the channel. Okay, so let me just call notification manager and say what kind of importance does this ringtone have? High importance, or I can just say default importance, but you can see the number. None means 0, minimum means 1, low is 2, 3 is default, 4 is high, 5 is maximum. Okay, so normally we keep high. Okay, we'll not keep maximum, we'll just keep, say importance is high. Why is it high? Because it's an alarm, right? It's not like a message notification. Message notification can wait, but alarm, no, you need to come and snooze it. So, or you have to switch it off. Okay, something like that. So I created this notification channel and there is an error. What is the error? Okay, there is no concept called notification channel till Android or API level 26 or till Oreo. Oreo and above only we have a concept called notification channel. What about the older phones? Okay, so all I need to do is I'm going to click on this and say surrounded with if else. Okay, only if. I don't want else, because else means remaining code will work. Okay, and I'll call the notification manager and say create a notification channel with this particular object. Done. Please note this is the notification starting step. Okay, and is it compulsory? If you are targeting a phone which is lesser than OS, this is not compulsory. You don't need this. But if you are targeting latest phones, this is compulsory. You have to, because it says after Oreo and above. Okay, so a little bit more careful in this particular line, guys. If you are forgetting the channel, it will not work in new phones. That's all. All right. Now, before I proceed to the notification itself, I want you to remember a notification will come, and when you tap on the notification, something should happen, isn't it? Okay, so I'm not going to do snoozing and all those things right now, but let me take the user to some place. Okay, so let's take him to the timetable website of ours, okay, or to another activity. Do whatever you want. Okay, but just to demonstrate, I am going to do one thing. If you tap on the notification, I am going to take you to our college website. Okay, let's say timetable, the timetable website which we are going to take. So how do I create it? I just create an intent first, not a pending intent. Okay, you are supposed to create a pending intent, but in order to create a pending intent, you need an intent. So let me create an intent. Let me name it as I is equal to new intent. Okay, I'm not going to say go from here to there. No, I'm only going to say I have an intent of let's say intent dot view action underscore view. I just want to view what? Okay, I'm going to say I dot set data. Okay, and what is the parameter you're supposed to pass? URI. Since I said I'm going to take you to the website, okay, let's type it as URI, the class dot parse. Okay, I'll just type the code here, guys. I'll just put the code https://sac-amit.in/tt timetable. Okay, this is the website which I want you to go. When you click on my notification, I want you to go somewhere. Let's say that if I want you to take me to a website or something, I just put like this. Okay, what if I wanted to take me to an activity? just change this to from this context to whatever name dot class. Okay, go to another explicit intent or something. This is an implicit intent, which means if I click on this, I don't know whether you have a default browser. If you don't have a default browser, I'll ask you which browser to open it in. So it's implicit intent. Okay, till this, I hope this is clear. Let me move on. Let me create a pending intent now. PI is equal to new, pending intent. And is it an activity? Is it a broadcast? Okay, please note, when I am passing an implicit intent, it is not a broadcast, it is not a service, it is an activity, because I'll be seeing something anyway. All right, so again, there are four parameters you need to pass. Number one is the context, which is anyway passed to me. Number two is the request code. Okay, so I'll just call it as notify code or something like that, notify underscore code. Okay, I will create this a constant field. Let me just put it as 1, 2, 3. Let me come back. Next one, intent. I have that intent. Next one, flag. Okay, so for the flag, you can just call pending intent dot update current flag. Okay, done. So pending intent also is created. Whatever is required in order to pull up a notification, I am ready with it. So all I need to do is create that notification and put it. So for that, I have already told the slide to please use a notification compat.builder. Okay, that class, if you use, it will be better, is equal to new notification combat.builder. First thing I need to pass is the context. So I'll just pass it there. Second thing I need to pass is the channel ID. Okay, please remember the channel ID. It's the ID, not the name, just the channel ID. I'll copy that. I'll paste it here. This is my channel ID. Done. I have the builder object. Let's start building it. Builder.set. I told you the other day we'll use both the icons. So first let me set a small icon. Okay, small icon is simpler. And I'm going to use an inbuilt icon. So I'll say android.r.drawable.ic lock idle alarm. Alarm icon it is. It's inbuilt in the system. So I'm just using that alarm icon. Second, I want to set a large icon. Okay, how do I set a large icon? Let me first go and tell you, I can't use a small icon image as the large icon image here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image to this particular project. Okay, on the desktop, I've downloaded our college logo and kept it here. I've just named it as a logo.png. Okay, I'm going to just copy that logo, which is there in the desktop. Okay, let me go back to my project. You know where to put this image, isn't it? I have to go to resources folder. I can't put it in Java. I can't put it in manifest. I have to come to resources folder. In the resources folder, I have to put it inside the drawable folder. Okay, be very careful with that. Let me just right click and paste it here. Okay. And when it is asking for drawable or drawable -v24, please be very careful where to put it. Put it in drawable, not in v24. Okay, if you are putting it in v24, you have to put it in a different way. How? If it's a small device like LDPI, okay, if it's a lower DPI densile pixel, okay, that one, if at all you have a smaller phone, what image to show? If it's a medium phone, what image to show? A large image means what image to show. Like that, if you have, then you put it in drawable v24. Right now, I have our college logo in only one size, so I'm just putting it in drawable. And my file name is proper because there's no number, there is no capital letter. Okay, resources cannot have capital letter. You remember that, right? Okay, so you cannot have capital letters, you cannot have weird characters, but it is just a word. So I'm going to just click on OK. So I have an icon here. Okay, please remember that. Let me come back. This is not an icon, it is a large icon. It's an image. It's basically a PNG file. Okay, so I'm going to use this in my program. How do I use it? I've already set the small icon. Let me set the large icon. I'll say set large icon. Please note, in order to pass a large icon, only parameter which is expecting there is bitmap. Okay, it is not expecting an integer resource because I put it in resource. I don't want a resource ID. No, it is expecting you to give me a bitmap image for that icon. How do I create this? Okay, it's an inbuilt one. It's a simple one. Just write bitmap factory. There is a class called bitmap factory dot decode a resource. This is a resource, isn't it? I want you to decode the resource which is there and convert it into a bitmap so that I can pass it to large icon. So I'm going to say decode resource. Okay, I just need to pass what is the resource ID. Okay, first thing I need to pass where is the resources. Please note, first question it is asking me is where do I find the resources folder? Okay, so you just need to use the word get resources. Please note this. In the activity, when I write, I don't have this problem. I can just write get resources. You see, I'm getting an option saying get resources, and I'm getting the resources object immediately. But here, I can't type like that. Get resources. I'm not getting that. Okay, just like how I didn't get system services. So how do I fix this? Simple. Call the context and then say get resources. It'll fetch the current resources folder. Second thing, what it is asking you is what is the ID of the resource? It's very simple now. Okay, you know that it is inside the resources folder. So capital letter R, and inside that it is a drawable folder. So R dot drawable dot this file name, not file extension. Let's see this R dot drawable dot. Okay, you see there are 3 files in the drawable folder there. A logo, IC launcher, background, foreground, etc. What do I want? I want this field called A logo. Done. That is the large icon. Okay, I've set the small icon, I've set the large icon. Let's do the next one. Okay, then what else do you want? Let me just say set content title. Okay, let me set the title of this. I'll just say alarm time is up. That's the title of my notification. And what is the text of that notification? Sorry, I'll just say dot set content text. Okay, nothing. Basically, I'll just put wake up, wake up, wake up, something like that. Okay, just some content, guys. You put whatever you like. Okay, and let's continue. It's not over. Okay, so that's one. Then what else do you want? Okay, what priority of the content, or what priority do you want to give to this particular notification? Let me just say set priority. Okay, I'll call notification combat and say priority high. Give me high priority. Okay, in this particular notification. Then when I click on the notification, what do you want me to do? Okay, I'm going to say set content intent. Give me a pending intent object, which I already have. Okay, please note, if I have a pending intent, which means when I click on my notification, where do you want me to take me? Take me to the pending intent, which says what is the intent. Okay, and I'll wait till you click on it. As soon as you show the notification, I'll not take you to this particular website. Okay, you'll have to click on my notification. Once you click on it, I will go to this particular intent. What does this intent do? It shows view of a particular website. That's all. Okay, so this is enough for now. But if you want to add a little bit more, I'm going to just put some more thing like set auto cancel. I'm going to keep it as true. Okay. Now, what will this do? It will just make sure that once you have tapped on the notification will be automatically removed from the notification bar. Okay, or the status location. Okay. Now, what if I don't put auto cancel? You have to manually clear the notification. Otherwise, it will not go. Just because you tapped on it, it won't go. Okay. If you say auto cancel to be false. Okay. Remember that. That's one more extra option. Now, before I even run the program, one more thing. A few things which is optional, but right now I've already written them on top because I wanted to explain these concepts also. So here what I'm going to write is, if I say dot set default, okay, you can also set the default vibration. I'm going to comment this line later, but I'm just typing it. Notification dot default. You can see what are the things you can pass. If you just choose all, the first one, what you see there, if you see default all, the default notification light, you know, some phones have a small indicating light on them. Okay, so default light, default sound, default vibrate. Typically, for a notification, what and all should be triggered will be triggered if I use default all. But if you want specifically a vibrate, you can use the word vibrate, the default vibration, default sound for a notification, default lights of a notification, or you can just choose default all. This is enough. Okay, if you don't want to set the ringtone, if you don't want to set the vibration manually, just one line of code. This one line of code is enough. Okay, but I'm just commenting it out so that, okay, sorry. I'm commenting this line out because I don't want you to use it right now because I've already given that vibration and ringtone and all, not lights. Lights I've not used. But if you just change it to this, if you just uncomment this line and remove the remaining lines, ringtone and vibration and all, default what and all should happen for a notification will happen with this one line of code. I hope this is clear. Now, in case you don't want the system to use the media player to ring it, you can also say here itself I can say dot set sound. I think, yeah, set sound. That ringtone URI what you pass, you can just pass that URI directly. The sound will be automatically played by your notification. Okay. Now I'm not doing any of those. That's why I'm just commenting it out, but I'm keeping it there for your understanding. Okay, these are all just extra things. Now, will it work now? No. Notification will not come because you have only used the builder to build a notification. You have not told it to play. So I'm going to just say call the manager, the notification manager, and then say notify. Okay, in order to call the notification manager and say notify, what do you want me to notify? Number one, ID. Give me the notification ID. Okay, so I'm going to just call it as notify underscore ID. Okay, and let me just fix that also. What is the problem here? Because it's a constant field. Let me create a constant field. Let me name that ID as 456. Let me come back, notify ID. And what's the second parameter I need to pass? The notification itself. Do I have a notification? No, I have a builder. I can just ask the builder to build me a notification with all the parameters which I have passed to it. Okay, let me just choose that and done. Okay, that's it. Now let's run the program and check how the program works. I hope this is clear, guys. I've written it differently. One, a toast should come, then the phone should vibrate, then a ringtone should start playing, and also I should be able to see a notification. All these when the alarm reaches that particular time. Okay, let me just run it. In the meantime, I want you guys to remember that I'm using an emulator, so I'll not be able to show you the vibration. Okay, so if you want to see this part working, you need to use an actual phone, not a emulator. Emulator will not vibrate anyway. Okay, so that is one thing. And ringtone, since my emulator does not have any fancy ringtone in it, inbuilt ringtones will be ringing. Okay, the inbuilt one in the sense I'm talking about whatever is the alarm tone by default when you buy a phone, what comes will be there. Okay, so let's run the program. Once the program runs, we'll check whether it works. Okay, and make sure that the sound of your phone is kept on before trying this, because if it's not working, some people will come and tell that it's not working because your phone is on silent. Okay, it will not surpass an actual ringtone. Okay, so please do check your phone before running this particular project. Okay, let's wait for the application to run. Okay, so now the program is running. Let's see whether I'll be able to choose the date and time. I'll just choose today's date only. Okay, I'm getting today's date. Let me just click on OK. I've got today's date. Time. Okay, right now let us choose 10:56. Okay, and then click on OK and set the alarm. Okay, alarm set at particular time. Let me just check the time also. The time and date and time we have already kept here. Okay, you can see that it's 2021, day of month is 16. Okay, and the time, everything is set here. All I need to do is wait for that particular thing to happen. By the time I can cancel this, I destroyed that activity. Let me remove it from this one. Nothing is right now running in my phone. Okay, you can see there is no recently used apps. Okay, 56 minutes. Please note it should reach 22 seconds because when I said that it was already in 22 seconds. Okay, so we'll wait for some time. Once the alarm time is up, what and all should happen? Okay, we have already written that code. Number one is the alarm time is up. Toast came. Okay, a notification sound came and the alarm drone. Normally, what alarm tone in the default phones will be there is now ringing. I hope you are able to hear that. Okay, so the alarm tone rang and it stopped because I just put it as a media player to start. I didn't keep it on loop. Okay, so now I am seeing a small notification in my phone. Please note my app is still not running. No apps are running. Okay. When the alarm time reached, I saw a toast here, and probably if it's an actual phone, it would have vibrated for 2 seconds. Then I heard a notification tone. And in the meantime, I also heard the ringtone being played, the alarm tone being played, because I gave type equal to alarm. The alarm tone was playing and a notification that is also coming here. Okay, so the notification you can see here. Let's check the notification part. Okay, first thing is the small icon. Do I have the small icon? Yes, this is the small icon. I hope you guys are able to see that. Okay, this is the small icon. This is the large icon. I put the college logo here, so I'm getting the large icon here. Then title. Okay, the title of the alarm is alarm time is up, and the text of my alarm is wake up, wake up, wake up. That's what I put. Okay, it's a higher priority. It came on top of the screen itself. Whatever you're using, it will be ignored. Okay, so let me just tap on it. When you tap on it, what should happen? Okay, I can directly clear it. I can just click on clear and it will be cleared. Okay, now when I tap on this, what should happen? That is what we have written it here in content intent. So let me just tap on it and see what happens. Okay, I've tapped on it and it is taking me to a website. Okay, it is taking me to another activity because I've given the pending intent like that. Okay, and to open a website which is sac-amit.in/timetable tt. Okay, so is it taking me there? Yeah, it is taking because I gave the URL like that. When you tap on the notification, take me to this particular place. Okay, and guys, my phone is, the emulator is restarting its UI. That's why the pop-up is again coming. Okay, but in your phones, you won't have that issue. Okay, and if your emulator has internet, that website should be opening. That's all. So this is what we have done with that particular program. Okay, so with this, we will stop for today, and this program lab record 7 is over. Okay, please do try this on your own, guys, and let me know if you have any clarifications.